Welcome. Oh, let's not do that. Let's go to chat. I was trying to get to my chat. I want to welcome you to Barbara's Stamp Pad on this not so sunny afternoon from San Antonio, Texas. Today is Sunday, April the 7th. So I want to welcome you. Today, I'm going to be featuring a new product bundle that Close to My Heart released several days ago, maybe about 5 days ago, I guess. But I finally got it delivered a couple of days ago, and I wanted to work with it. It is called, what is it called? What is it called? It's called Journey. It features the color Journey. Where's the stamp set? Because the stamp set has the name. I've been looking at it all day long. Joy in this journey is what it's called. Goodness. I decided not to use the stamp set today because I wanted to use another stamp set that I had bought that had some cherry blossoms in it. So I'm taking the images from cherry blossoms and the sentiments, and I'm incorporating it into, oh, there's Amazon. Squirrel. Incorporating it into the Joy in the Journey paper packet and cardstock. So I hope you enjoy the cards that I'm gonna do today. I'm doing two. I'm only gonna do two. One is a portrait, one's landscape. They're very similar, but it just gives you an idea of how you can take the same orientation and basically turn it in order to fit whether it's a landscape card or a portrait card. So gives you a couple. And I went ahead and did envelopes because this paper is so, I'm waiting to see where Amazon comes out. I don't think I ordered anything, but that does not mean anything. But no, it wasn't here. I have my window open so I can see out in my front yard. But welcome, whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, I want to welcome you. When you come in, say hello. Let me show you. Did I load it? No, I didn't load it, but that's okay. But we will do our weekly drawing for last week at the end of the video. And then we're also going to do the March Shares Prize, which is a package of the Gnomes for Spring paper and a package of the coordinating cardstock that goes with it. So if you really enjoyed that Gnomes for Spring paper, one lucky winner is going to win the paper packet and coordinating cardstock for sharing my videos in the month of March. And anybody can be entered into those drawings. It's really easy, whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube. All you have to do is share. And after you share, you come back into the comments and type shared so that I can give you that extra credit for each video, but then that also enters you into the monthly prize drawing for the monthly share. So I didn't decide what I wanted to do for April. So I'll have to think about that, and then I'll announce that next week, what the share price for April is. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. When you come in, say hello, and let me flip this camera. I did a different video earlier this morning, and I uploaded it on my YouTube channel that shows all of the contents of the Joy in the Journey product bundle. Now, if you missed it, you can go back and watch it, but I'll give you just a little sneak preview. Journey was the color of the year for 2024 for Close to My Heart. This was the sticker sheet, and you can see there's lots of stickers on there, lots of shine. And then I've already cut into some of this paper, so that's why I did the video, just to show you all of the paper before I went and cut it into it. This whole kit is $38.95. Oh my goodness. And you get a lot. So you're getting these 6 sheets of gorgeous shimmery paper. Like, they're all different designs. and some have a silver shimmer to them. Some have like a clear shimmer, and then these last two have like a copper. And that copper and Journey really, really do go well together. And the flip side to all of those is Journey. So you can also use those as well. The product bundle also comes with the stamp set. There's no thin cuts that are coordinating with this, but it does come with the stamp set. Now, you do have to be careful when you order. In the event description, I listed the correct item number, and that's because there's another item number that ends in E, and that's because colors on the other stamp set has a U in it for other countries that use that spell it that particular way. But if you're in the United States and you want colors like that, you want to make sure you order with that product bundle number right there. And then also you get all this pattern paper. I'm trying to separate this. So you get all these different pattern papers. I'm going to kind of show you. You can go back to the video and look at everything that I showed there. And there's like see the flip side to that is that. And then of course your sticker sheet. You do get that as well. So that's a lot. You do get a lot for $38.95. So it is available. If you just want the pattern paper, you can get just that. When you're online, it'll tell you, if you scroll down below where the product number is, it'll show you other things that you can get individually. Because if you just want the paper and the cardstock, you can get just that. Or if you want just the stamp set, you can get just that as well. So that's pretty much the Joy in the Journey product bundle. And one of the other reasons I wanted to go ahead and get this and showcase this is because, you know, at the end of this month, basically, I'm going to no longer be a maker with Close to My Heart because they are closing their business. And, you know, May 1st begins a completely new journey for me. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm really excited to be able to continue to be here and give you some weekly inspiration and show you some projects, some card making, some scrapbooking, you know, home decor, the whole 9 yards. Everything I used to do before, I still want to continue doing. And I want to give you a sneak peek of something that I've been eyeing. And so let me show you this real quick. So anybody watching the live or anybody watching the replay will see for the month of May. So this is a sneak peek. Look at that. Is that not so stinking cute? Now, I won't say the company name because technically just yet I can't be promoting other products, but this is a sneak peek of what is to come in the month of May. And instead of, I haven't decided if I want to do a project or if I want to do actually a class kit. So if you're watching this replay or watching me live, comment in the chat what you would like to see. Would you like to see a card class, or would you like to see a project? And when I say project, it's going to be essentially an album, because I did see an album idea that I really liked, and I'm really loving this paper right here. So I will go either way, but I still want to be able to use this paper beginning in May, and basically almost the entire month of May is what I'll be doing. So let me know what your thoughts are. I'm probably going to do both just because I want to do both. But yeah, that's a little sneak preview. So let me move this out of the way. My craft room is a half disaster right now just because I am like really preparing for, for a retreat. So I have a bunch of stuff out. I don't know if you saw it at the beginning, but one of my back tables has nothing but retreat stuff goodie bag stuff, and hopefully nobody saw anything specific. Let me catch up on some comments. Hey, Dorothy. Welcome. Happy Sunday afternoon. And there is Martha. Hello, Martha. All right. So let's get started with the first card. I'm only going to do 2 cards today, like I said, but one is landscape and the other one is very similar, and it's portrait. Now, I don't have the Journey ink. It is one of those orders I have that's like back ordered, but I thought that the black, actually what I'm using, I'm just going to use archival black in the entire demonstration. Instead of just regular black or intense black. It did, because I was already using archival black when I stamped these images. And so this is the first card, but let me show you the Cherry Blossoms Wishes, Cherry Blossom Wishes stamp set that I'm using instead of the Joy in the Journey stamp set. Now, there are thin cuts that go with this, so just know that there are thin cuts, but that's the one I decided to use. I really wanted to use that, and it has some pretty cute sayings: just for you, thinking of you, thanks a bunch, and birthday. And those pretty much cover 4 major categories when it comes to sending a card to somebody, right? You want to thank somebody, you want to wish somebody a happy birthday, you want to let them know that you're thinking of them, or if you want to give them something, you can just say just for you. So, but that's the stamp set and die cuts or thin cuts that I'm using. And then also, I'm also using everything I'm going to show you, with the exception of like, I think 1 or 2 things is still available. These are the stitched fancy brackets, and they are still available. I will update the event description to include these. I have them off to the side because I want to make sure I had them on my blog. And then also, what's still available is the thin cuts for the envelope flaps, and I'm just using the larger one, and these are all still available as well. The only thing that's not available that I could not find is the colored pencils, and I decided to use the darker one in order to color the branch. And so but that's the only one I used. But if you have another colored pencil, you can certainly get away with using those. So let me put that aside. Look at that paper, guys. And the envelope flaps, I know you can see those. There's a stitched edging to them that goes all the way around. So you can kind of see that stitched edge. It just kind of gives it a little extra touch. But that paper is gorgeous. And I just pulled it from this little strip that I used right here. So let's go ahead and get all these pieces out. I'm going to be doing a little bit of coloring, but some of that, especially on card number 2, I have already done in order to save some time. Let me do this. I seem like I'm crooked. Is it me or is it this? It's this. Hey, Donna. Hi there. And thank you for sharing. Donna is watching us from YouTube. So if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm going to be uploading like the video I showcased with the Joy in the Journey product bundle stuff. I just uploaded to YouTube. So if you're subscribed and you have your bell notifications turned on, you'll be able to know when I upload a video or when I go live. Okay, so this piece of Journey, I did use the darker side on all the sides that I'm showing you. This is basically like 4 by 5 1/4. So if you really want to amp up this card, amp up this card, you could totally get away with embossing this with like a real subtle embossing folder just to give it a little extra. But all the ones I have, they're not that subtle. They're very rough edges, basically. So then I decided to pull this little strip, just a small strip I think will do. And this one measured 1 inch. by 4. So 1 by 4 is what this measured. And we're going to put this over to the right. Does it really matter? You're not going to see some of that anyway. So I don't guess it really matters where, what side, like how it's upside up or upside down, basically. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stamp on this white, the smaller bracket thin cut. We're going to go ahead and stamp on that. And like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and use my archival black. Just so I'm not pulling any other ink pads out. And this one's going to say thinking of you. And we want to stamp this kind of in the top upper left corner of that. We'll go ahead and close that. We'll get some adhesive on the back of this. I don't know why I feel like it's higher. And then we're going to mount that. Mat it, not mount it. We're about to mount. So on the back of that, we want to get some dimensionals up there. So you can use dimensionals or foam tape, whatever you got. And I have loads of dimensionals to go through. All right. So we want to get that mounted on here. We're just going to put that kind of in the center. But we're using this paper, the edge of this paper, to kind of center it because we need to leave some room for all our flowers, which on this one, I'm going to do I did one. I'm going to do all of the coloring with my mist brush. And then I also have, I can grab it. I have the Journey brush as well. So these are basically brushes that are similar to like Wink of Stella. They have a little bit of glitter in them. And I don't know if you can see, my coloring is not the best on that one because this is my sample and there's 2 layers of colors on there. And I just kind of, I don't know, maybe y'all think it looks okay, but for me, I was like, I'm not doing that again. But there's a little bit of shimmer in it, basically. But the Journey is dark. The Journey's dark. So that's why I used it sparingly on there. I decided to use mist. So I'm going to color this while I chit chat. Mist seems like, even though, I mean, it looked close enough to complement Journey. So that's why I decided to use it. All of the other colored pencils that I have, none of those seem to, they all seem to clash. So when I started playing around with mist, I was looking for a lighter color because you want to be able to see some of the detail inside of this, this image. Mist was the only one that seemed to work. It's like several shades lighter than Journey. I even colored the centerpiece, is these little center flowers with Journey, but you can barely tell because the flowers I did on top with dimensionals covered that part up. But if it shows a little, it shows a little. I wasn't going to be too worried about that. But I'm really glad that I got this product bundle because the paper really is gorgeous, you guys. It really is. So I'm just going back and kind of filling in. If I had a colored pencil that would go well, I would color it a little bit better, but it's okay. It's okay if it's not perfect. These are handmade. And then let me go ahead and do this one I'll have. And then I already did that one over. And then I'll break out the Journey. I'm doing this really light. And it's getting lighter. It's getting lighter the more I use it because I haven't squeezed out any more ink. But if I squeeze out any more, it'll get real dark. Real dark. So make sure you tell me in the comments if you saw my little sneak peek what you would be interested in for May, because after that, after this month, we'll be doing some other stuff. I really want to work on the album and maybe have an alternative backup class kit. I don't know. I'm waiting for that paper to show up so that I can start playing with it. All right, now that I have all of that, all the petals colored with mist, I'm going to take the Journey, if I can open it. There we go. I'm going to take the Journey and color just the inside flower. Just the inside flower. Some of these are going to get covered up, and that's okay. Like this big one right here. That one's probably going to get covered up, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take my dark umber, and I'm going to color the branches just to help give it another pop of some other color. And then I'm going to get my blender pen and just kind of help blend that out. I didn't look to see if the blender pen was still available, but I have a hard time opening these things. And that just kind of helps blend all that color together, so it helps take away any of those rough coloring marks. There we go. All right, let's put this together. Let's put this on now. All right, so we're going to take this large one that we just colored, and we want it to kind of go across our card like that. So right here under this little part, I'm going to put a large dimensional, and then let's kind of do it like that so that it sticks to that piece of patterned paper. And then back here, I'm going to put a small one at the edge of that so that it attaches itself to that piece of cardstock. You can certainly put another one over here. Let's go ahead and put another small one over here. I don't think it needs it, but that could catch on to something. And so there we go. Okay. Now these extra ones, these 2 extra sizes that I made, I'm going to go ahead and, so they're not so flat, I'm going to curl my flowers and get a large dimensional on the back. And we're going to cover up this one. I'm going to kind of offset it so you can see that flower behind it. And the same thing with the smaller one. The glitter gems, those are not available anymore, but you could totally substitute these glitter gems for any other kind of sparkles. Now, Joy in the Journey does have like enamel dots. I don't think those are available anymore. A lot of things went really quickly, but they're supposed to be back later this month. So if it says coming in April on the website, then you'll want to bookmark it and just check back to see whenever it's available. But I am going to use some large glitter gems, and we're going to put a big one there. I'm going to put a small one on there. I'm going to put another big one right here, and I'm going to put another big one right here. These can really go anywhere you want them to go, but that's where I decided to put them. And then as far as our envelope, I've already done the die cut for that. We're going to get some adhesive on the back. You can use glue if you're a glue person. I'm just going to use this because it's easy and I have it already out. And then all you do is you line it up right underneath where the flap folds, and then just give it a little pressure. And you'll see a little bit on either side, but that's okay. And there you have it. That's card number 1. Thinking of you. Okay, let me, hello, Stella. Hi, Marcia. Good afternoon. Yes, these colors are gorgeous. And yes, don't forget. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now, the second card is very, very similar, but it's portrait. And I'm using a different, shimmer paper. I couldn't get it out. I'm using a different shimmer paper, and then I turned it portrait. And then I thought it needed some kind of ribbon or something to it, and I just used just a very simple linen thread. If you have another color of favorite ribbon that you want to use, you can totally use it on that just to give it a little extra. So let's do that one. Got all my pieces here. I will stamp the back of these later. All right, so we're using this pretty shiny piece right here. And let's get some adhesive on the back. Y'all, I put a roast in my crock pot this morning in the house. It smells so good. So after my live, I got to go in there and do some, cut up some potatoes so I can get those in there, and they'll be nice and ready in a couple of hours along with everything else. But this one is going to say thanks a bunch. And I'm going to stamp it at the bottom. That one looks like it's going to be messy. But I'm going to go ahead and put it down and see what happens. Okay, it didn't. It looked like it. Okay, and I've already done all the coloring with this one, so that'll save some time. Let's mount this piece, which I turned portrait. The other one was landscape on the other card. Now, if you had a bigger sentiment, which this stamp set, there's a couple one. There's just for you, and there's also birthday wishes. But if you had a much larger one, you could get away with this whole bottom left corner, especially if it was more square, just because of how I did the flowers on there. But let's mat this piece, which these have stitches around the edge as well. And then let's mount these with some dimensionals. We'll put 4 of them up. Okay. And let's put this in the center, but just a little bit lower than like the center, just so we have a lot of room for our flowers, which I've already done. And this will help me to determine I'll need to put a dimensional on this back end right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put that down and kind of get that. So that sticks to that piece of paper. And I'm going to put a small one at the edge. If I can grab it, I'll put a small one at the edge of this stem so that sticks there. You could get away with putting adhesive on the back of this as well, but I think both of those will help anchor it down. And the same thing with these big ones. We're going to fluff up these petals a little bit so they're not all so flat. And then put a dimensional on the back. I'm going to rotate that a little bit so you can see. See when I said about coloring those little insides? Like that's covering up. That's covering them up. So it really doesn't matter if you do them there or not. And then let's get one on the back of here. And this one can go right here. I want to rotate that a little bit. There we go. And then I went ahead and made a double. The other one was the one that the sample was a double. This is a double bow with some linen thread. And we're going to get a glue dot on there and just stick it right here at the base just to put something there. And then we're going to grab our glitter gems. Going to put a big one. Grab it. Grab it. I'm going to put a big one right here. It flipped on me. There we go. Big one there. Let's put a big one. I put a big one back here, but I covered that up a little bit, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and sneak one back behind here so a little bit of that kind of peeks through. And then we'll put a small one on this one so you can see a little bit of that. Uh-oh, it got caught on the linen thread. There we go. And then we'll put a small one right here just to put something right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I put on there. And then we have our envelope, which I decided to use that shimmer paper. And adhesive along the edge. And let's attach that to our back flap. Give it a little pressure. And there we have it. That is card number 2. So let me bring those cards back. That was my sample. This is card number 1. Let me bring this up a little bit. A landscape card, and then my portrait card, complete with matching envelopes. What you think? Which one is your favorite? They both look a little similar to me, but which one would be your favorite? I know it's, if I had to pick one, I'm loving this paper right here just because that silver really does help complement that color of Journey. Move this out of the way. Thank you, Donna. Yes, they're beautiful. Thank you, Stella. Stella likes the thinking of you card. All right, so thank you, Marcia. All right, so let me see if there's anything that I need to show. Next Saturday night, here we go. Next Saturday night, we'll be doing the final project of the Good Life Scrapbooking class series. So unfortunately, within the last several days, this scrapbooking workshop sold out. And the only thing that's available is digital art that's available online. So if you're into digital scrapbooking, you can at least grab that. But unless you were lucky enough to get your hands on one of these kits, they're gone. But we're going to continue with the final project because I know there's people out there that do have the class kits or these particular workshop kits that want to see it assembled the way it was designed. And I'll be live next Saturday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time in order to show you that. And then let me share my screen. Here we go. And I'm pretty sure I got to log back in because it's been about an hour since I was last in. I think we'll do last week's drawing first. 331. Here we go. We do some shuffling. Now the prize that I'm going to do for this one, since I already have it out and I can do some cutting right after this video, the prize for last week, I am going to do a sampling of the Journey paper and the cardstock. So if you want to create some of these cards, if you really like this paper, you can do so with your little sampling there. So good luck to everybody. This is everybody that liked, commented, and shared last Sunday's video. And let's do a little bit more shuffling. And let me grab my Post-it notes so I can write down the winner. And good luck, everyone. Who is it going to be? Marianne Sanders. Write this down. And it pays to share because you do get an extra entry into the weekly drawings. Plus, you also get, where's my wheels? You get into the shares drawing, which always a lot of shares. Look at all those shares for the month of March. And let me see. I can't see what I'm showing, but I'm going to go ahead and show it on here. But the price for March was the Gnomes for Spring paper pack and a package of the coordinating cardstock. Ooh, ah. So let me shuffle these. Oh, it looks like I forgot some dates on some of those, but it must have been the very last one. But these are everybody that shared my videos, and you have an entry for every video that you shared in the month of March. So thank you everyone for sharing my videos. It's a free way to support this channel, so I do appreciate that. And let's give away this March. No way. No way. Marianne Sanders, you are one lucky girl. It was her share from the 3-2 video, which 3-2 was what? What was 3-2? Saturday. It was, it must have been a scrapbooking video. Get back in the StreamYard. Wow, congratulations. Yes, congratulations, Marianne. One lucky girl. Well, I'm going to save on some shipping because I can put everything in one box. But that's why I do these live, so y'all can see. These are live drawings. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I know it was a short video today, but I was only going to do 2 cards plus the drawings. Now if you missed the beginning of the video, and unless you go back and watch the replay, let me give y'all a sneak peek of what's to come in May. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that paper. It is so fun and so springy. And I think what I've decided to do is go ahead and do a class kit with another project in mind that might take the whole month to do, basically. We'll see. Once I get this paper and start playing around with it, then I will know. But look at all those pretty papers. It's gonna be fun. May's gonna be fun and springy. I love those colors. Let me take that down. And thank you all for joining me this Sunday afternoon. It's still early. I hope you can enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoons wherever you are. If you're going to be doing any kind of eclipse parties or get-togethers or whatever, hope you have fun. Hope you have your safe glasses. What else? Be safe. As for us, we don't do large crowds. We're going to be right here in the safety of our own home. And I'm going to probably be enjoying leftovers from today because the house is smelling really good with that roast that I put in the crock pot this morning. So, but enjoy the rest of y'all Sundays wherever you are. Make sure to check on your elderly neighbors. And we will see y'all next weekend. I'll be back next Saturday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll also be back next Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So other than that, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.